Hi, fifth graders. Today we are going to continue the work that you started with Miss Butler yesterday on analyzing patterns and relationships. Today we are going to be comparing terms in two numerical patterns. Let's begin. So first, we're just going to warm up by doing our start problem. Describe a relationship you see between pattern A and pattern B. So just take a minute to think about that. So there may have been a couple different patterns you may have seen between the two, relationships you may have seen between the two patterns. But the one that I notice most is that pattern A, if you multiply pattern A by 3, you get the number for pattern B. So 6 times 3 is 18, and 9 times 3 is 27. My stylus isn't working very well. 9 times 3 is 27. So in both of those cases, in all three of them, if you multiply by 3, you get the number in pattern B. We're going to read this a couple times to better understand it, and then we're going to solve. In level 1 of a video game, you earn 2 points for each monster you catch. In level 2, you earn 8 points for each ghost you catch. Compare the number of points in level 2 to the number of points in level 1 if you catch 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 monsters or ghosts. All right, so it looks like we are thinking about the patterns that would happen when we catch a monster in level 1 compared to the patterns that would happen if we catch a ghost in level 2. Let's reread our problem. In level 1 of a video game, you earn 2 points for each monster you catch. In level 2, you earn 8 points for each ghost you catch. Compare the number of points in level 2 to the number of points in level 1 if you catch 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 monsters or ghosts. So yesterday, one of the strategies that Ms. Butler taught you was to use skip counting, which you've been doing for a very long time, to help you find these patterns. So I could use the skip counting to help me. So this is what level 1 would look like here in red. I'm skip counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And so that's if I catch 0 monsters is our first one. If I catch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 monsters in level 1. The second one is level 2, and that's the same number. If I catch 0 ghosts, 1 ghost, 2 ghosts, 3 ghosts, 4 ghosts, 5, or 6 ghosts. And I'm skip counting here by 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. Now, this is a great way to solve it, but it's not a great way to compare it because we can't see them organized very well. So we're going to try and organize this in a table. Oops, first, before we do that, sorry, I forgot that that was there. Before we do that, we're going to think about the rule for level 1. And every time you get a monster, you increase your points by 2. And so think about what the rule is for level 2. Each time you catch a monster, or actually a ghost in level 2, you increase by 8. So as I said before, a table is going to be a little bit easier for us to see the relationship between those two, between the two levels. So all the points in level 1, we would skip count by 2s. We would fill those in. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. And then for level 2, we would skip count by 8s, filling in those numbers. 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. So now we are going to use that table to describe the relationship between the corresponding terms of the pattern. Now, the corresponding terms of the patterns are the ones that are in the same row. So this three monsters or ghosts caught, In level 1, that's 6 points. And in level 2, that's 24 points. Those are corresponding terms. They're in the same row of the table. They relate to the same number of things caught in the video game. So let me actually erase that. So what is the relationship between them? So let's think about a multiplication equation that could explain the relationship or show the relationship between the number caught in level 1 and the number caught in level 2. So if I circled that right there, the number, if I catch 1 in level 1, that's 2 points. And if I catch 1 in level 2, that's 8 points. Same with level 3. If I catch 3 monsters in level 1, then I get 3 points. And if I catch 6 points, excuse me, and if I catch 3 ghosts in level 2, I get 24 points. So 2 times something equals 8. If we look at that first column, the first row right here, 2 times 8 equals something. 6 times something equals 24 as well. So 6 times something equals 24. What's our relationship? What happens to every single one of these patterns? What factor do we always use? And we always use 4 as our factor. 4, okay? So 2 times 4 equals 8. 6 times 4 equals 24. And they would even work for here. 12 times 4, if I multiply by 4, I get 48. Okay, so every time we are multiplying by 4, that's their relationship. It's times 4, 4 times greater in level 2. All right, so let's work on this problem together. We know that school magnets cost $4 and a shirt costs $24. Write a pattern for the cost of 0 to 5 magnets and the second pattern for the cost of 0 to 5 shirts. How do the corresponding terms of these two patterns compare? So our magnets cost $4 and our t-shirts cost $24. Okay, so let's make ourselves a table. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and so those are the number of whatever we're buying. And so if we were to do the magnets, we would have 0 magnets. 0 magnets would cost $0. Just put a line up here. We've got 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. That would be for our magnets. Now, for our shirts, I want you to pause the video and go ahead and fill in the table for shirts. 0 shirts, 1 shirt, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we are back. And let's go ahead and fill in the shirts column. Let me change my color for a second. Okay, so we have 0 shirts is $0. 1 shirt is 24. 2 shirts are 48. 3 shirts are 72. 4 shirts are $96. And 5 shirts are $120. So we have to compare these. We're going to be looking, as we said before, we're going to be looking at everything in the same row. So how do I go from 4 to 24? What do I multiply 4 times 24 to get to? So 4 times something equals 24. So the answer to that is what? Right, it is 6. So if this shirt column, everything in that shirt column is 6 times greater than the magnet than that same number in the magnet column, the same number of items in the magnet column. So it's, if we were to compare it, we would say that the shirt, that pattern is six times greater. The corresponding term is 6 times greater. All right, so I want you to go ahead and do this problem. on a piece of paper, Tom and Aaron write number patterns. Tom uses the rule add 3 and starts at 12. Aaron uses the rule subtract 4 and starts at 26. Write the first 5 terms of their pattern. What number term appears in both patterns? So let's just start you off. The first number would be 12 for Tom, and Aaron would be 26. And remember, Aaron's pattern is subtract 4, and Tom's pattern is add 3. So go ahead and fill in a chart and see where you end up. All right, here's our last one. The Lakeview Feed Store posts prices for 2 different types of grass by the square foot. Which sentences correctly compare the cost of the number of square feet of grass seed A and the cost of the same number of square feet of grass seed B? So you're going to head and choose one of these. The cost of grass seed A is 2 times the cost of grass seed B. The cost of grass seed B is 1/2 the cost of grass seed A. The cost of grass seed B is 2 times the cost of grass seed A. The cost of grass seed A is always $2 less than the cost of grass seed B. All right, take a picture of your last 2 and any work you did, the last 2 and any other work you did, and send it to your teacher. Hope you're doing well. We miss you.